Hello, Sacred Souls. Welcome back to Mighty Living. Thank you so much to all of you who are joining, and to all of you who have subscribed and commented on the channel. I am so happy to see the comments, and it's been a very busy week. I haven't finished looking at them all, but before the weekend is up, I will. So thank you. And I hope that today's reading keeps being helpful to you. And what I was thinking to do today is to look at what is heading towards you, or what you are heading towards. And it can be what or who. We'll see. And I thought this fits really nicely with our previous topic, which was a power, talent, or an ability you have. And should tap into. So then maybe combined with the previous reading and the pile that you picked, you can see how you can use that talent, or what is coming your way to help you to use that talent. So we are going to have 3 piles again that you can choose from today, and I will take 1 and 2 and 3. So let's look at them. Oh, okay. Vast vistas, expand your horizons. It's very interesting. Very beautiful little card. I hope you can see it this way. So this is pile number 1, vast vistas. Pile number 2, reaching your destination. Your light is shining brightly. I think this card has come up in most of the readings so far. So pile number 2, reaching your destination. Your light is shining brightly. And pile number 3 is answering the call. The time is now. Such a beautiful card again. And you can see the stag there as well, who is waiting. So pile number 3, answering the call. The time is now. And I will give you a few moments of silence to make your choice, and then we will pick the piles, or the cards for the piles. So let's see our piles. I would like some oracle cards. We will pick from these. And this. And I would like this moon oracle, which I really like to use to look at timing. Elicit a little bit about timing, if we can. If we are able. 3. And we will pick some tarot cards as well. 1, 2, and 3. 5, 6, 7, and 8. 8. Right. Pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3 is ready, so I will see you in your reading. Pile number 1, hello and welcome. Welcome to your reading. And today's topic is what is heading towards you, or what are you heading towards? It can be what or who is heading towards you, or you are heading towards. And your main card is Vistas, expand your horizons. So to me, it feels like opportunities are heading towards you. It's like once you come out of the box a little bit, once you come out of your comfort zone maybe a little bit, or you just open your heart to receiving and you open your mind to receiving, things will also come to you, and your view will expand. So it's you expand your horizons, but it's also by becoming open to new opportunities, your horizons are expanded. So it's not, you know, always you who has to do 100% of the work. I think the universe adds to it at least at least 50%, but sometimes 100%, but almost 100%, 99.9%, I think. Yes, so one of the thoughts that I have is that opportunities, the right opportunities, the correct opportunity is heading towards you. And you might already be able to see it. Let's see the rest of your cards. So I want to look at the tarot cards first. We have the 9 of Wands, which is a card of perseverance. The Chariot, moving forwards and movement. The 5 of Cups. I'm having deja vu feelings with these cards to previous readings. The Judgment card. The Hanged Man, totally deja vu feelings. The Moon, oops, here. The Queen of Swords. So I'm pretty sure that this pile is a continuation of a previous story from one of the previous, I would say 2-3 readings. And we have the 2 of Pentacles. And a little bit more of the Oracle cards. Openness, which fits really nicely with once you come out of the box a little bit, to have that openness, to be able to have new perspectives. It's such a full moon as well. And then we have balance, spirituality and practicality. The full moon in Pisces. Why am I not surprised that this is a full moon as well? And a full moon in Pisces. When do we have full moon in Pisces? in August, at the end of August, August 31st, we have a full moon coming up in Pisces. So this opportunity that is heading towards you is going to come in within the next 2 months. Either within the next 2 months or at the end of August. Let me tune into the cards a little bit. So what is it that is heading towards you? It feels like that you have lost something, or you feel that you have lost something. But there is going to be kind of a resurrection or a new call. It's actually quite an abrupt change that is coming in. And you've been on this journey for a long time. And you persevered. So this is something that you really care about, and it makes you very, very passionate. And you would really, really like it to move forward. And it feels like at this point, the full moon in Pisces, or by this point, based on your ability to be open, the feeling of being stuck or not seeing clearly, the feeling of being in an illusion will change. And you will be able to make quite a strong or clear, I would say clear decision. The Two of Pentacles is a card of making a decision, and normally it's a decision that actually we kind of, because in the original tarot, the Two of Pentacles card, sorry, no, actually I don't know why, but I was thinking about the Two of Swords card, which is also, both the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Swords are related to decision making, but the difference in the Two of Swords, the eyes are covered and the person puts forward one leg, because even with the eyes covered, even if you cannot see your five traditional physical senses, the intuition speaks. So it's a decision that is that you are going to make, that is also heading towards you for you to make, but it's a decision that you are going to make based on your instinct, or I should say, you already know that you already know what the right decision is, but you just haven't really set it free. And within the next 2 months, whatever you do, if you open up a little bit to new possibilities, or just let go and allow things to come to you and see how they can help you, you will finally make that decision and set the horse free. The other thought I have, because there's two person in this card, there are two people on this card, there are a few people on this card, that in this decision, it's not only you who is involved. There is someone else. And maybe that person is heading towards you in the next 2 months as well, to help you see new perspectives. And it might be a person who you already know, and maybe you haven't been listening to them or haven't been able to listen to them, but they actually are there to be able to offer you a new perspective that brings you towards this lighthouse, that brings you towards clarity and knowing the way forward, and even having the strength to take the way forward. Yeah, so it's an opportunity, a decision, along with a person. Balance spirituality with practicality. And even the full moon in Pisces, there are two fish, and the Pisces sign is also like kind of two half, that two warring halves that need to unite in some way to be able to have the correct perspective. Because maybe this side has a perspective and this side has a perspective, and they are different, but if they put it together, then they can actually move together and move smoothly and finish one cycle, and one cycle that may not have been that smooth, but start finally a new cycle that is more smooth, that is based on more on working together in coherently and in synchron or in sync. And I would say that the aspect of this person, balance spirituality and practicality, is that they have a practical presence in your life, but they also have a very strong spiritual presence in your life. And you need to be able to look at both sides of their presence to be able to elicit the learning, the information you need from the situation, from the connection. And don't worry about the spilled cups, you know. It's going to be okay. Maybe you had a difficult relationship with this person. And also these people like kind of suffering in these bubbles, and everyone is being in their own bubble suffering. Yes, you may have had a difficult relationship. You may have done difficult things to each other or said difficult things to each other, but it's okay, you know. Not all the cups have been spilled. So there is still an opportunity, but the important thing is to be honest, congruent and honest about your communication, so that you can understand the nature and the purpose of the connection. And that will allow you to move forward. Very beautiful reading. You know, looking at the Queen of Swords, I also, you have to have a communication, clear communication. Like the Queen of Swords doesn't beat around the bush and doesn't run away from the situation. But this card also makes me feel that you have a real sense of positive power inside of yourself. Like, look at her. She has like an ice crown, but her whole appearance is so deep and so peaceful. Don't be afraid of allowing yourself out of this box, and don't be scared of allowing yourself or your true self to come to the surface. And you might still be harsh sometimes, but that's okay, as long as you're honest. You know, sometimes we do difficult things, but it is possible to reflect on them and say that I'm sorry. And if you do that genuinely, I believe that there is always a way forward, a positive way forward. Right, pile number 1. I hope that this reading has spoken to you, actually, and I hope that it's been helpful. Thank you so much for tuning in, and please feel free to comment on any thoughts, any resonance that you had during the reading, or any questions that you might have. And please feel free, if you feel called so, to subscribe to the channel or like the video. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you in your next reading. Bye bye. So, hello, pile number 2, and welcome to your reading. The topic we are talking about today is, what is it that is headed towards you, or what are you headed towards? And it can be what or who also. So your main card says, reaching your destination, your light is shining brightly. I think it's very strongly a card of a new beginning, reaching your destination or achieving a goal. Achieving a goal that you have been working on for a long time, achieving a dream, because these castles and castles up in the clouds, you know, they might be something impossible, but what you've been dreaming about, what you've been working towards, isn't impossible. But especially the butterfly here, it tells me that you are it's been a really hard transformation, personal growth, this whole process, and you've kind of failed many times. So you've gone through many cycles, but you are there are not many options left anymore, and you are coming to a very, very strong moment of positive moment of enlightenment, and being able to reach this goal, or being able to know how to reach this goal. Your light is shining brightly. It also makes me think that go out and talk to people, you know, like shine your light. So there might be an idea somewhere in one of the conversations that help you. And there's also like the front part of the card is still at night, and you can see the sun coming up there. So it's kind of coming through a dark night of the soul, but the dawn is here now. So let's look at your tarot cards first. There is a 10 of Swords. Yes, so it's an end of a cycle, reaching to a point of conclusion, reaching the goal, the achievement, coming through a difficult period. 5 of Wands. Where is it here? Yes, 5 of Wands. Yes, they are reaching as well, but finally this person is reaching the fire. There is up there that light, that warmth. The Magician. And that is part of the transformation as well. The butterfly, the Magician is a person who have integrated different powers, different sides of themselves. It's a person who is united with themselves, and therefore he or she can be united with the purpose of his life and the people in their lives in his life who belong in his life, and also unite within a relationship. The Knight of Pentacles, again, it's been a long and slow and arduous journey, and sometimes you struggled. Sometimes financially it was good, sometimes financially it was really difficult, or even in a materialistic way. This card kind of makes me feel like you have lost a few things on the way, but finally you will walk away with the correct amount of things that you need, having everything that you need, no more, no less. But this journey also have taught you that what is it that you really need, and what is it that actually you don't need, even though you want it. The Queen of Wands. Very, very happy. And actually that fire is in the hand now. And everything, like these wands that helped her climb, all those experiences are integrated. So what is heading towards you actually is achieving a goal after uniting with yourself and integrating your experiences to create the right balance in your life. Oh, such a beautiful card, the Empress. The card of prosperity, fertility, opportunities. You've done very, very well. The Four of Cups. There is something handed to you that you are, it's in your hand, or almost in your hand. Stop disbelieving in yourself. 10 of Pentacles, which is such a such a long way from, what a beautiful card to put. The first card, 10 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, okay, coming from this desert kind of lonely walk to having everything you might wish for. From the grayness to the light, like here as well, coming from the night to the light. A point of conclusion is really, really coming towards you. Let's look at the rest of the oracle cards. Yes, a moment of enlightenment. Yeah, and let's look at the moon. New moon in Capricorn. Your hard work is paying off. I mean, what else should I say? Or what else could I say? I think the cards tell the story really beautifully. Let's look at new moon in Capricorn. When do we have a new moon in Capricorn? It's not even on my list for this year, new moon. Which means we probably had it at the beginning of this year. New moon, full moon, Capricorn, new moon, Cancer, June. Or we might have it in January next year. So between January, I would say, and I'm not quoting that because I don't have on my list the new moon in Capricorn, when it was or when it will be. But the idea that's in my mind is between January this year, so January 2023 and January 2024, that is the point of completion. Like this year is not easy for you. But also our next new moon, just new moon, and enlightenment is the 17th of July. So that could be another point that might be important. But what is heading towards you is a moment of enlightenment. One of my favorite teachers, Wayne Dyer, he talks about the quantum moment, and he made a documentary that let me just remember the title. No, I don't remember, but I will put it into the comment section. He made a documentary a few years ago where he describes this quantum moment and the importance of the quantum moment, and that this quantum moment is a moment of enlightenment, and it can find you anytime. Like, it can be that something big happens, it can be that something small happens, it doesn't matter, because the experience is built up, and when you're ready, you're ready. But it's a moment when you see everything very, very clearly, and that there's a lot of light, kind of brightness around. And it's a very strong turning point in life. And from that on, generally we live our lives differently, or we start to change our lives. And in that documentary, there is also an article a scientific article that they discuss, where they looked at people and the priorities of people, the priorities of their lives before a quantum moment occurred and after the quantum moment occurred. And they look at females and males. And it's really remarkable, the change in priorities, and the list of priorities and the order of priorities as well. And one thing I remember is that spirituality becomes, especially for men, the most important thing in their life after the quantum moment. And it doesn't happen for anyone, but if you pick pile number 2, a quantum moment is heading towards you. And one thing I would say is, I think it's a very beautiful moment. And I think it's a very beautiful change, but it's not an easy change. And I don't think that your life has been easy up until now. But instead of working on your life maybe feeling a little bit deserted, maybe a little bit lost, you will start working on your life with awareness, with consciousness. So instead of trying to reach for the fire will be in your hand and you will be working with it. Yes. So this moment needs to occur for you to reach your destination. And I will correct myself, because my feeling is not that you're reaching your destination now. It's a change is occurring so that you can reach your destination in the future and possibly near future. Dependent on each of you and where you are in your life, but there will be a massive push from the universe that will help you to start putting things into different perspective. And when it happens, you will notice it, but there will be a lot of things that you don't understand, and as you progress with time, you will start putting like the pieces of the puzzle together. And actually this is a really beautiful moment from when we can actually start looking at the different pieces, puzzle pieces of our lives, and start to put them in the right place. And then you see a tapestry and you start understanding the purpose of your life and the things that fulfill you. So I'm really excited for you for this moment. I think it's not an easy moment. So I am with you, but I'm also saying go. I think this is such a beautiful moment. And it's one of those moments, when people say, once you've seen it, you cannot unsee it. So you need to keep going forward. You need to keep going forward, even if it feels heavy sometimes. Wow, very exciting, very big, very beautiful. And very worthwhile. Well, pile number 2, thank you for tuning in, and I hope that this has resonated with you, and I hope that this reading has been helpful. Please feel free to comment, because especially this journey, it's something worth to be shared. And there is a community, here, who is supporting you on this journey. So please share if you'd like, and if you feel called, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and thank you so much for spending this time with me today, and I hope to see you in the next read. Thank you. Bye bye. Hello, pile number 3, welcome to your reading. So we are today talking about what is heading towards you, what or who is heading towards you, or what or who you are headed towards. And your main cards, your main message is answering the call. The time is now. So this makes me think of a phone call, a message, someone calling you, someone telling you something, maybe the universe telling you something. And there are some steps, there is a journey. Either there is a journey, or you have to let something or someone to come in. Let's look at your tarot cards. So we have the Hanged Man, the famous Hanged Man, which is about a new perspective. The Moon. It's very interesting because in pile number 1, the Hanged Man and the Moon were next to each other in the second row, but next to each other just like this. And then the Fool. With the Fool going on a journey as well. The Hermit. Being led by your own light. Going on your own journey. Knight of Swords. I think it's a journey that is headed towards you, and there is a call inside of you, and there will be maybe a call as well that helps you to see that, to get what you need. The Queen of Swords. The Ace of Wands. The King of Pentacles. There is something that you want to be doing, but you are unsure how to do it. And it's interesting because I think one of you commented something around this topic in the previous video. And I've seen this, I've seen that comment, and I will respond to it. But I think this reading, this pile, might be also an answer to that, point, because maybe you're lacking some resources, decision, seeing the way how to do something, embracing. And I think you will receive something that you need to embrace that will help you. You are good enough. A full moon in Virgo. And I'm not sure if you've seen this, but I will show again because it's such a beautiful card. Embracing. And there is the reflection in the water as well, and you are good enough. So it's almost, embracing yourself, believing in yourself, that you're good enough to receive the resources that you need. And also, as you take a step, as you start out on the journey, even if you don't have all the resources that you think that you should have, you can start taking steps in some way, and maybe in a measured way you can take some risks and believe in yourself, and believe in the universe, believe in other people. A little bit over a year ago, I made a huge decision to move across a continent and start anew. And it's a huge risk, and some of the people I was discussing my decision with, they had real concerns, like, okay, you have these plans, but you don't know anything about these, and you need to have all the plans and all the everything in line, so you know what is going to happen. But in reality, you won't know what will happen. And you cannot see all the different components when you start on the journey. You will get to see them as you progress on the journey. And it's impossible to have all the resources, whether it's emotional or material, at the beginning of the journey. But as you walk the journey, you develop those resources. Things come in your way. You meet new people, you have new experiences, and they will help you. So you have to have an element of, what's the word, optimism, you know, like this Fool. The Fool card is kind of like, as it in the name, it's, you know, the Fool starts a new journey almost being a fool, like not knowing everything. But they, and then sometimes, you know, even jumping into the abyss, or depicted as almost jumping into, or possibly could be jumping into the abyss. But in reality, the Fool will not end up in the abyss. Or even if he falls into the abyss, he learns to fly, you know, it's that kind of thing. So one of the things I think that is needed in your journey, or, you know, could be heading towards you, but it's more, I think in this pile, it comes more from you. From you, that means having a belief in yourself, having a belief in your journey, having trust that the things that you will need will show up at the time when you need them. And, you know, sometimes it's only one pentacle that you have in your hand, and the box of gold with the rose and everything, the box will be filled up along the journey. So trust in yourself, have a belief in whatever your intuition is telling you, embrace your intuition. And answer the call of your intuition. And it's also interesting that here there is the stag, but beyond there might not be other, or the other beings are not shown yet. But the first being is shown. The first call is shown. And once she starts to walk on that journey, she will be able to see the other ones as well. The time is now. And there is the full moon in Virgo, which is full moon in Virgo. Do we have a full moon in Virgo coming in? No, again, I can't see. Like with pile number 2 as well. Well, so it's not about the timing, it's about the journey. And the Virgo is quite an interesting sign also, because the Virgo is very structured. And sometimes a Virgo person, for a Virgo person, it can be very, very difficult to come out of their comfort zone unless everything is the way that they planned. They have a lot of difficulties with being flexible. And people in Virgo are born between the end of August and 21st of September. And you know, maybe it's the full moon of that kind of personalities, that yes, you need to have certain things structured and planned, but you won't be able to plan everything. And you have you have everything within yourself to be able to make it through, and to be able to plan even in the moment, even when you cannot plan ahead. But when something comes up, you have the ability to create a plan. And I'm not saying to step out into nothing, you know. No, it's not about that. It's about the intuition. If you feel that something is in your heart, you are not stepping out into nothing. you are following your intuition, and that's very different. And this is again the hermit and being your own light. You can be your own light, and you will be your own light, and you are your own light. Everything you need is in your grasp and will always be in your grasp. Trust the journey and trust yourself. And that is the feeling that you need. That is what you headed towards, or you have to head towards, to have that feeling that you trust your intuition and you trust yourself. And you trust that you will be held up when it's needed. So don't be scared of making that decision, of moving forward and talking to someone. Maybe you can talk to someone, you know, who can help you talk through your doubts. It's not about people telling you what you should be doing. I don't think that should be the case, because everyone knows what they need to be doing. But sometimes we need a sounding board. Sometimes we need someone we can talk the plan through, so we can see aspects that we haven't seen before. And not just talk the plan through, but talk our approach to the plan through, and talk about ourselves and our behavior, and maybe gaining new perspectives about ourselves, to then stop limiting or sabotaging ourselves and be able to move forward on the journey. And when you talk to somebody, and that is something that that somebody can be heading towards you, or you have to make a choice, it will give you a new clarity about how to get out of this cave, how to begin in some way. It's very interesting because there is also, I don't know if you can see, but there is a castle, and the castle cannot be seen. Oh, I hope that you can see it, because it's very, it's kind of like very foggy at the moment. The castle can hardly be seen, but there is the path and there is the castle. And again, it's like things show up when it's time for them to show up. And your destination is there. You won't go astray. Oh, so I didn't see that until, maybe you can see it better now in the lights. Such a great card. Such a nice fit to the reading. Yeah, there is someone, perhaps it can be an earth sign, who have a little bit more knowledge than you do. The Knight and the Queen. And the Queen is more mature, and the equivalent of the male equivalent of the Queen is the King. So the Knight would be a little bit less mature than the King, needing a little bit more experience. And there is this person who might be able to provide you or help you through a discussion, something through communication that will help you to move forward on your journey. Wow, very interesting reading. And a very nice journey ahead of you. Journey by moon. There is the full moon here, the full moon there again. And Cancer, there is because the moon is the Cancer sign, and there is a Cancer in the water as well, actually. And Virgo coming in, so this month, July and August, are quite important. July, August and September, the next 3 months, Virgo, is until 21st of September, something like that. Embracing new ideas, planning, putting things together, and then start the new journey towards the end of September. So in the next 3 months, there are lots of opportunities, ideas heading towards you that will help you to plan your journey and to prepare yourself, not just your plan, but yourself and your perspective. So good luck with this journey. Pile number 3, it's really, really exciting, and please share in the comment section. Also, because I think also, as I mentioned earlier, one of you commented something that that in this reading was answered, I believe. So if that person is listening, I wish you a beautiful journey, and I hope that this reading really helped you. And please feel free to comment, and if you feel called, subscribe to this to the channel, like the video if you'd like, and I wish you all the best on this journey, because it's a journey that you should be going on. So good luck with that, and thank you so much for tuning in. I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye bye.